A very good morning. You're watching Breaking on News 18. I'm Akanksha Swaroop. Let's dive into this news segment with the latest coming from Bhopal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Bhopal and will address the Combined Commanders Conference today. The last day of the event will sharply focus on India's renewed push for theaterization of its military resources. Now, the Combined Commanders Conference is a biennial event which sees the country's top military brass coming together to brainstorm on defence matters and national security as well. The conference will also focus on the progress of achieving Atmanirbharta in the defence manufacturing sector. Apart from this, Prime Minister Modi will also flag off the nation's 11th Vande Bharat train at Bhopal's Rani Kamlapati railway station. For more details, let's quickly go across to Manoj Sharma, who's our correspondent, giving us the latest details. Manoj, important to talk about how this Commanders Conference is going to be extremely significant because we've been witnessing frequent skirmishes between India and China at the LAC and beyond. How significant is this conference going to be?
Because, this is significant because internal security and other important matters of related to internal security, they are being discussed in this conference. And Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, he is also here in Bhopal, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as per the scheduled program, he has also reached at Bhopal at around 9:30 a.m. this morning, and from there he has also reached on the venue of the Combined Commanders Conference at this Kushabau Thakre Convention Hall in Bhopal. From there, in fact, there are three important programs of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Bhopal today. First of all, this is very important. He will address this Combined Commanders Conference first, and from there, he will move to Rani Kamlapati station. Let me tell you that this Vande Bharat Express, this is the 11th Vande Bharat Express, he is going to launch from Bhopal, from Rani Kamlapati station to New Delhi. And what is important about this Vande Bharat Express is that Vande Bharat Express are capable of reaching up to the peak speed of 160 km per hour. But in this case, in this track of Rani Kamlapati railway station to New Delhi, this would be the first Vande Bharat Express of the country where this train will achieve reach to this peak speed.
Right. All right. Manoj, I'm going to request you to continue staying with me because I'm also joined in by our correspondent Akash Sharma. Akash, important to talk about how the theme of the Combined Commanders Conference this year is ready, resurgent, relevant, only goes on to highlight what deliberations we can expect in terms of India's military preparedness.
Exactly. And, Akanksha, as far as this meeting is concerned, so it is one of the top level meetings where chiefs of all three forces and top commanders of these forces sit together and give a deliberation on the national issues. And as far as this meeting is concerned, this time it was happening in Bhopal. It was a 3-day event. This is the conclusion there where we are learning that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be a very part of it. And at a time when we are, facing challenges in the Indian Ocean region, we know about the situation at the actual line of control. We know that how Indian forces are focusing on Atmanirbharta. At the time, this meeting is very much important. And Prime Minister Modi's attendance in this particular event somewhere gives a larger message. Also, talking about the current conditions, so we know that actually Ministry of Defence, and not just Ministry of Defence, but Indian government as of now is focusing on theaterization, integration of all these forces. And given that we have CDS posts now in the country, this particular meeting will somewhere give a roadmap sort of thing for the integration and theaterization.
Right.
Other than that,
Akash, I'm sorry to interrupt you right now, but important for the benefit of our viewers to expand on what do we mean when we talk about theaterization of the armed forces.
Right. So as far as the wings of, the armed forces are concerned, so we have Indian Army, Indian Air Force, and also Indian Navy at this point in time. But, challenges are different at the different places. For example, in the southern part of the country, we need Indian Navy more than any other force. Similarly, at the actual line of control, we need Indian Army and Indian Air Force. While we talk about theaterization, so it is the integration of all these forces as per the requirement in that particular area. In fact, it was a dream of late General Bipin Rawat that, we should have theater commands in the different parts of the country.
Right.
In fact, initially, there was a planning that we should have 4 theater commands, 2 for the land forces and 1 for the 2 for the Navy as well.
Right.
But importantly, when we saw that, first CDS, General Bipin Rawat, when he actually died, so we got a pause. Kind of thing in the particular theaterization, and not just theaterization but integration. Last year, when a combined conference was addressed by the air chief and vice air chief. So at that point in time, in fact, it was very much mentioned that how we need this theaterization and integration.
Right.
But at this point in time, while we talk about this particular meeting, so it will give some sort of roadmap, and we'll get to know as to what are the plans and what is the progress.
All right. Many thanks to you, Akash and Manoj, for bringing us the latest inputs in terms of what's happening and what to expect in Bhopal. And with that, I quickly shift my attention over to some breaking inputs we are getting in. We are learning that there's been a threat